All right, and we're back with Game 2 of Richard and Uria at the finals of the Netrunner Taipei Tournament number 2.
And that's 2013 October. Richard again on the right, and Uria on the. Oh, I'm sorry. Richard on the left, Uria on the right.
Richard playing NBN Making News, Uria playing Andromeda.
I played Richard's NBN deck quite a bit, and it's a good deck. It works well for him because he's able to keep such a cold face,
Absolutely.
and everything he installs in the remotes is either painful or it's at 3. So that way he could just score it from hand or hurt you somehow or a complete bluff.
He after a few of the rounds, he had to come in and tell me that he needed to calm himself down to get back his cool demeanor for playing his NBN deck. Otherwise, it would all go to hell. Definitely the kind of guy who will make some strong bluffs.
What was that first thing he installed there? Was that
That's a Dyson.
Dyson?
Dyson memory chip, it looks like.
Do you think that refers to Dyson from
Like a Dyson sphere, or
No, I was. Oh,
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 inside
so
job into a snare,
painful. Right at the beginning of the game.
and nothing.
Right in the beginning of the
Ouch.
game.
That is the
Well, it's opening hand with Andromeda, so it's not too bad because you
Yeah.
still have quite a few cards left.
and Yuri accidentally taking one of Richard's cards there.
And that was
Trying to
just
seal his ice.
that was
Well,
just
that's how it goes.
painful.
But hey, that's one down. So at least until Jackson Howard makes an appearance and recycles it.
No, but there's no Jackson Howard in this tournament, is there?
There is.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, some people had the new courses, the new data pack. Some people did not. So
Life
Uria was one of
is
the people who did
hard.
not, and Richard is one of the people who did.
Richard taking it back. He doesn't want to install. Installs a remote.
A lot of interesting choices in Uria's Andromeda deck. Things that
Yeah, Dyson. You
haven't seen.
don't see Dysons that often. Every time I see that, I think of the cool black dude from Terminator 2.
okay.
But that's just
Dyson
me.
ownership. He was also running New Angeles City Hall, which I found pretty interesting.
Caduceus. Richard really likes a Caduceus with NBN right on HQ.
Oh, that's fantastic. The traces work perfectly with making news. It's a great way to make money. It's an early century that's tough to break. It's a century, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
century.
Scoring and breaking news.
She's going to breaking news, but nothing to
Nothing to do with the tags.
nothing to do.
As
As Uria pointed out, I don't have resources. Eat it.
And clearing those two tags at the end of his
And
turn.
Uria had what,
Uria,
$1?
$1.
Really? And
See
making
what
a dollar the hard way.
Spending 2.
Spending 2 on a dirty laundry
Laundry.
into archives to net 3 and gain 5. I don't know if that was really worth it though. I mean, he basically netted 1, right? Because he got a cred, then played the card. He only saved himself really 1. But I guess it kind of forces Richard, to block R&D. I mean, block
Count
archives.
siphon, using that extra. Interesting, using the extra trace to beat the link.
Well,
Not-
Richard could just pump up Caduceus.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe that's the whole point here. It's just using that account siphon purely to force Richard to spend all those credits.
Yep. Well, Dyson doesn't add to your link, right?
Yeah.
No, it does.
Dyson's the one
it's,
that
it's
adds.
one link, one MU,
So
right?
yeah.
So it's
Uria's
just
got
2.
basically offsets the 2 that Richard could pump into anything on his turn. But man,
Richard-
when you're running a link heavy deck and you are a trace heavy deck and you run to someone who's got link, it's the worst time in the world.
Oh, it's brutal. Especially if it's like a shaper and he just like, let me just install all 3 rabbits.
Yeah.
And then maybe he has underground contacts and it's just less and less fun. Richard debating, do I just boost it all? I don't want to give him 10.
I remember watching this at the time, like thinking there was a right play because I'd seen some of the things Richard had done, but
Well, does Richard
from
not
this
have
angle,
any? You can't res those things in his remotes.
no, I believe they were. One of them was an agenda, as I recall, and one of them was a marked account.
I see. Well, that'll learn you. Richard's basically trying to accept the fact that he has to, you know, forego that agenda. But I thought the second trace is end the run. So couldn't he just
Maybe it was,
pump up end the run?
Oh, he doesn't have. He doesn't have marked accounts. He's using private contracts, which I think he must be marked accounts. I think he may have written that wrong.
How much money does
Shoot here.
Wow, this is a long debate.
I find it interesting. Richard has been playing the deck, as it were, from Andromeda for a long time, but he hasn't done any net decking really with the NDN deck. This is pretty much his own play style on it,
Yeah.
which I find kind of interesting. Not
Well,
that I blame him.
I think from what I talked to him about it, he said that he felt like he was cheating with net decking, and that he wanted his own NBN deck. So what's that? That's a marked accounts, or is that? That's a marked accounts.
That's
is that
Howard.
Jackson?
That's a Jackson Howard.
Why would you just send?
Well,
it
I don't think he has any. He hasn't. I don't think he has the 3 cards he wants to recycle yet. Only the snare.
Oh.
And there's a Beal.
But I mean, I might as well just do it. Might as well just get the snare back instead of losing the Jackson Howard. But I guess
the next Jackson Howard can get back the first one. So
Get back
setting Uria back $3 might be better for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Stalling a card, paying $1.
Not playing
drawing another
HB
card,
anymore.
and
Go the other
making
way.
$1.
Yep. Wait. He just installed.
Drew. He installed, cost him $1. Drew, made $1.
Or do you not have any cards at all? Uria running
he's
again.
got one. That's his hand right there on the
And a chum.
chum into Caduceus.
Oh, Ducaducious.
That'll keep you at a HQ for a little while.
Yep.
Same old thing.
Well, you know what's coming next. Come on, Richard. You know what that card is. You run 3 of them in your runner deck. Richard takes that.
This
and
was
sits-
one of the interesting that I'd been talking to you about earlier, and this was what I was saying that Uria was one of the reasons I found it really interesting. He was kind of running the sort of the older version of it, which is just playing a lot of cheap resources to force the corp to spend the money to trash him. So here Richard takes $2, trashes it. That's his whole turn. Uria just plays another one.
What?
You want to trash this one? Go for it.
Fascinating.
That's a lot of his. Pretty much all of his resources are like that. Katie Jones, New Angeles City Hall, Bank Job, all really cheap. All
Very
can
laundry
be,
into a pop-up window. Extended R&D defense with the pop-up window there.
that's a play from out of my book right there. Solo defense on R&D with a pop-up window. Balls in it.
Well, crazy medium digs will will teach you to put pop-up windows
Yeah.
there.
It's definitely true. You got to watch out for those. But
Richard's slowly making money.
not going to trash the same old thing this time. So Uria using it.
A code gate.
Or,
Uria's
yeah.
just and Uria's doing all of this with no breakers whatsoever.
Yeah.
Fascinating deck. Really interesting.
Keeping the pressure on, running into Enigma. That was using the same old thing for a dirty laundry from archives
Nice. And then Richard's back in the game.
from the heap.
So Richard's next turn is all make money, make money.
Spending 3, R&D
D interface.
running R&D,
That's
paying
gonna
it
be
all.
around.
Taking the top 2, seeing cards, scoring,
Scoring.
Astro script.
Master script. So that's 4 points
Always
now.
sad to see and that's technically the game. As Richard only scored 3.
I see. Yes, that's right.
So
And that's
they're
the game.
playing it out though, just to see who will win.
That is fascinating to me. Like I would think though that Uriwood's deck would have trouble with like a HB deck or someone who's able to fast events very, very quickly?
Well, I mean, that's what the HQ interface is out there for. So he was hitting the HQ pretty early on. Like, I mean, if you're going up against NBN, the only way to stop him, really, if you can't, if they're going to get that remote out and score an Astro Script behind it, then you got to hit the Astro Script from their hand first. So that's pretty much all you can do. Because once they've scored the one, the others are not far behind. So
That's amazing, though. Like, no.
Count Siphon. Interesting. You gotta love this. Doesn't have a lot of money. Ballsing it, eating the chum.
Eating the chum. Look at that.
Saying, hey, how much do you want to put into those?
I'll take all
Into
your
that
money.
caduceus. Because I ain't breaking, so go ahead, deal the damage now, then decide how much money you're putting into it.
I've
And
been really...
interesting thing with the caduceus is,
Yeah. Well, Richard's ice is cheap, and the only problem is that his HQ is very porous. You know? So it's just letting those get in there. But letting Uria have 5 isn't too bad. I mean, he doesn't have any breakers to feed. So I don't know what else he's going to do with the money besides install more cheap resources and that stem hack in his
Stem
hand.
hack. Richard boosting the trace by 5, just enough to keep him out.
And Yuri is
Looks
one of
like
the
a
guys
little
from
bit more than
Shiju, right?
enough to keep him out. From Shinju, yeah.
Shinju. Okay. Taipei is a big city, and then one of those small areas outside of Taipei is Shinju. And there are a lot of Netrunner players there. Unbeknownst to us until like only just like a month ago.
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
2 months
Apparently
ago.
the guys in Kaohsiung are not terribly big, so seems like we have majority of the players up here, which is good. One guy came up from the last round from Taichung, said he was the only guy there he knew of, so.
Wow. It took a year to get, 12 people in Taipei playing?
Well, it's interesting. We had 12. We had 14 for this tournament. I did not play. First tournament we had 13. I was playing, and I did play. So we had 14 both times. But this time we only had about 6 or 7 people actually repeat from the first tournament.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I had
an actual
I had something called
number.
a job to do on Saturday. Working the weekend.
Yeah, I was hoping some of the guys from Kaohsiung, from some of the farther away places, would be able to make it, but didn't seem like they even tried. So.
Richard triumphantly scores
The Astro Script.
an Astro Script.
Astro Script in the breaking news to an Astro Script in the deal. Too little and too late for Richard, but still gonna play it out.
You would think that Richard would have something slightly less porous on the NBN HQ. But I've seen him do that combination of Caduceus and Chum many, many times.
It's not terrible. It's not too bad.
He goes, installs.
Uria once again, Uria finally cleared that tag. And
That's probably a
going for
breaking
the
news.
Katie Jones.
A pretty breaking news that he's going to score, then kill Katie Jones with next turn. If I had to guess, that's what it was.
Good to guess.
And is Uria going to pump Katie?
Could be another melange. What else does Richard run? Could be a Sansan.
I think Richard's just flabbergasted that Uria has no breakers whatsoever. At least I'm flabbergasted. Have never seen a deck like this.
It's pretty interesting. He does actually run breakers, but
Well,
he just doesn't have them
how
at the
can
moment.
you
So.
how can you not run breakers?
One thing I
this-
thought was interesting, you don't see too much, is he got a single sneak door out of Andromeda, which I like. It's a great play. Oh, it's a private security force. Interesting.
Security force.
Puts him at
5.
Puts him at 5. That's game if he gets
To
a
4.
deal or an Astro Script. You're kicking Clay Jones for. Still no breakers.
Look at Richard. He's happy, but he's just sad because he lost a turn. It's just
still sitting here, like, just wondering what is going on the other side of the board.
yeah.
Why are there no breakers? Oh, well, you see
Whoa!
first breaker with a Yogg.
A Yogg.
You don't have
Just-
to pay that one for the pop-up window anymore.
Just goodbye to the Enigma. Well, Richard still makes his dollar. He still makes his dollar.
That's the important thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
But that, yeah.
Well,
Goodbye,
I guess
Enigma.
We'll get rid of that.
Might as well get rid of you. I'm gonna saw that in. You know, this is where Richard should have realized that I should have I should have been
Making it all.
making a dollar. I should have been running Edge of World and then laughing my way. Katie Jones
enough Katie Jones.
splurges all over that mat.
And there's a Sentry
And a
Breaker.
Mimic. Interesting.
And a Quality Time. Drawing some
Quality
cards.
Time. Interesting use of... There are not that many sentries that Mimic can break on his own.
Caduceus is one of them, though. It's a 3/2, right?
Yep. But he can't break the chum, so I mean Caduceus is going to be 5,
Yeah.
which Mimic can't do.
Yeah. Clearly looking... Stim
hack.
hacking. Stim hacking in there. Funny he's using a stim hack considering he can only
Well,
break...
he should lose the brain damage now, right? Before he does the
No,
run?
it's at the end of the run.
At the end of the run?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, he's gonna get his brain damage. He fanned it, no? And Richard does a chum. The chum tease. The chum tease.
So,
But stim hack is is he going for it? He just there it is. He balls it into an ice wall.
An ice wall. Taking much damage and then one more for the brain damage. And I mean I guess he's gonna see a Sand. Nope, a Beal.
Beal.
That's kind of shocking considering that would have won Richard the game. I
But
guess
how did he get through? How did he get through the ice wall?
That is a good question. I'm not sure how he got to that.
I don't know how he got through the ice wall. How does that?
I must have missed it.
That?
Oh, he didn't get through the ice wall and Richard scored it.
Oh, Richard scored it. I
Yeah.
see.
That's what he's saying.
I see.
Okay.
But Richard,
Having-
sad, sad,
Sad
upset.
panda.
Like a
Sad
sad
panda.
upset. Like